Welcome to the Press Box with Sam Eklund and Brandon Barry.
Welcome to the Press Box. I'm Sam Eklund along with my man Brandon Barry. How we doing today, Brandon?
Man, just just living the dream, just trying to make a dollar, as some say.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, hey, man, we got a lot to unpack today on the show, man. First things first, man. Let's talk about some NASCAR with Kyle Busch. He passed away yesterday at the age of 41. Um, it was kind of a sudden thing. He was, from what I understand, he was racing, radioed into his crew chief and was like, "Hey, I need a doctor," and they got him a doctor, rushed him to the hospital, and it was kind of a sudden passing. So, I mean, he had one of the greatest NASCAR runs ever. He was the NASCAR Cup Series 2 times back in 2015 and 2019. Um, he won 63 Cup Series. He was ninth of all time in NASCAR history. Man, he raced for Hendricks Motorsports, John or Joe Gibbs Racing, and Richard Childers Racing. Yeah, NASCAR career. Hate to see that for the NASCAR community and their family. And so we're going to be praying for the Kyle Busch family and everybody.
Yeah, man, that's tragic. You definitely just a bad situation. I don't know if you mentioned his age or not, but being 41 years old, man, that's crazy. And um, man, you just hate to see that. That's considered young nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna kind of show my age. I mean, that's my age pretty much. Um, it's terrible. Um, but like one of the saddest quotes that he said was his last Truck Series race the other day. It said, "You never know when the last one's gonna be your last." I just and that was
That was his last.
yeah, I mean just terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I didn't really look into his family to see, if I'm sure he had family and kids, who he had, but man, I'm sure he had a great legacy he left behind, and man, you just hate to see that.
yeah, you sure do. Um, so let's move on to some state championships that have gone on yesterday and today. Yesterday we talked about Woodlawn, and Woodlawn, man, they had a rough go at it. Both schools they lost. The boys lost. Their pitching was the Palestine Wheatley's pitching was completely um, awesome. I mean, they held Woodlawn scoreless, and most teams they don't hold Woodlawn scoreless.
Yeah, man, their pitching was phenomenal. I watched most of that game, and it just almost seemed like Woodlawn couldn't get it going. Woodlawn obviously making it to the championship is a 5-star school or league there that they have or club, and man, they just couldn't get it going. They had bits and pieces of good hits, and they would get on base and just left runners stranded, and you can't do that, especially in a championship game. But kudos to them for making it where they did. Uh, but the the Bulldogs, they got on 'em quick.
That was the Patriots.
Patriots, my bad.
Well, on the flip side, Tuckerman, who played the
That's
girls,
what
they were the
yeah,
Bulldogs.
that's right. Sorry, I was jumping ahead there.
Yeah, and so I was listening to 103.7 on in the truck the other day, and dude, the Palestine Wheatley's head baseball coach, this is his fourth year, and he's taken them to 2 state championships. The first year was 4 years ago. They met Woodlawn in the state championship, and Woodlawn actually won that one, and that was during one of their three-peat runs. But then they actually, this year they beat Woodlawn. But the crazy thing is that dude was a volunteer coach, wasn't even a
Wow.
paid coach. Um, and this was his last year as the Palestine Weekly head baseball coach because Palestine Weekly has hired a head baseball coach. So it just kind of threw me off guard, and I don't know what the deal is. I mean, if they didn't hire him, or if they didn't, Palestine Weekly didn't want him to coach anymore, or if he didn't have his coaching credentials, or what it was. But apparently, he had a winning recipe, whatever it was. I mean, he's taking them 2 state championships.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he'll stick around if for whatever reason he, just wanted to stay volunteer or fill the gap until somebody was hired. But man, that was for him to be a volunteer. That's awesome to be able to take them kids where they did.
Yeah, sure was. So, all right, now let's go to the softball side of life and talk about some Woodlawn Lady Bears. Um, they scored some runs, but dude, I'm telling you that Tuckerman they exploded. I think it was in the second or third inning. They exploded with their bats, and man, they put it on the Bears. It may have been later on in the game. Now that I'm thinking about it, it may have been the game ended in 6 innings. I think it was the top half of the sixth because Woodlawn was home, and the Bulldogs or Lady Bulldogs they just exploded offensively, and yeah they I think that final score ended up being 12-2. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so they
Yeah.
would go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, Woodlawn just they I think that's what I was talking about earlier. I was on the wrong uh side, but yeah, they Woodlawn girls just struggled to get it going and being able to get on top. I think I mentioned that they left stranded base runners, and that definitely ate them up because there were several times where the score, they're going to start coming back a little bit, and then they get 3 outs or get hung up, and but I'll tell you something about the uh, the Patriots. Man, I mean, Truman Tuckerman now. Let me get it together here, Sam. Um, they were smoking the ball. They
Yeah,
were they were hitting it hard. They were hitting it to the fence. I think while I was watching, I know I seen a home run. Um, they were definitely hitting it all over the field and where they needed to, and they kept scoring.
yeah, they did. They put it on them. Well, I mean, the boys, the Woodlawn Bears baseball team. I mean, they kind of did the same thing. They had opportunities to score runs, but I mean, they just couldn't. They couldn't get them across the board. So
Yeah,
I mean, both Woodlawn teams, man. I mean, kudos to them. They made it to the state championship, but yeah, they just couldn't generate enough offense to score some runs. Um,
right.
yeah, and then right now, I don't know if you saw it on my screen back there, but I got the Monticello Lady Billies and the Warren Lady Jacks on the screen, um, and the third inning, Monticello has kind of came to life offensively. It was 1-1 after the first inning, I believe, and then Warren came scored in the top half of the second, and then uh, Monticello came alive in the bottom half of the third, and it just kind of they got bases loaded. I mean, with the weather and everything, the Brooklyn McVeigh is pitching for. I heard the announcer say she's pitching for the Lady Jackson. With the ball being wet and the rain that we had, she just couldn't find the grip. I mean, she threw one and the ball skipped twice before it hit the batter with the bases loaded. I mean, it was just um, with them with that ball being wet, she's having a kind of rough go at it, find the strike zone. That's their pitcher. That's who they want on the mound, and she's having a tough time finding the strike zone right now. But right now, the Monticello is winning 7-2 in the top half of the seventh. So I mean, this could be it for the Lady Jacks right now.
Yeah, when you get to the seventh inning there, man, it just it's never over until it's over, but it almost just seemed like it just is slowly slipping, kind of like like you said the other day, we just keep trying to grab a dollar, and never can grab a hold of it. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely would have to have a turnaround there.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about hard hit softballs being hit? I think it was in the third or fourth inning. I don't remember which one, but a Monticello girl, she hit the ball and it was dead center, burnt the center fielder for Warren. I mean, it was. I mean, if she could have got there, it would have been a tough play either way. But she was running to the fence and she got about 2 feet from the fence. Um, she got okay. I'm back. She got about two. The center fielder for the Lady Jacks got about 2 feet from the fence, and it hit the fence. She caught it barehanded. Out. It was really impressive how she caught the ball barehanded, but she turned around and threw it to second, and it was the longest single I've ever seen. That girl probably ever have. Uh, so it, yes, Brandon, you there? I think we lost Brandon. I'm gonna keep talking. Um, but yeah, anyway, so it's 7-3 now with the runner. The Lady Jacks have a runner at second base. Um, so anyhow, yeah. Uh, now we got now we're going to transition over into some college baseball with the SEC tournament. Uh, the SEC tournament right now. You got Arkansas, Texas. They play. They're getting ready to play today. Then you have Auburn and Texas A&M going to go at it. Georgia, they advanced yesterday against Mississippi State. Mississippi State's a great ball team. We talked about them earlier in the week. Mississippi State, great ball team, but Georgia's the team to beat right now. They had a great little showing there, and um, their pitching was really great. They hit. I mean, they Georgia can score some runs. Um, but yeah, so and then you got Florida. Florida advances yesterday too. Florida had a really great showing yesterday. They I'm trying to think who they played. I don't remember who they played. I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, Florida had a really good showing yesterday. Um, Golly, I'm drawing a blank on who they played. I can't see Brandon, so it's throwing me off. Everybody. Um, so I see. Anyhow, this is throwing me off. Uh, but all right, so now we're gonna transition over to the NFL. You know, one of the big stories right now is Aaron Rodgers coming back again. Aaron Rodgers, he signed another 1 year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for those who don't know, Mike McCarthy has taken over again with he landed another head coaching job. You know, previously his head coaching experience was with the he won a Super Bowl in Green Bay. Hey, Brennan. Uh, okay, you left me hanging, big dog. I couldn't. Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, so Brennan, I'm gonna go back to the SEC championship or SEC tournament. I'm drawing a blank on who Florida played.
Um,
Can you tell me that?
yep, just shortly. We was that's what I was saying earlier, I guess when you couldn't hear me, we were keeping it going and keeping up with it, and we do have jobs.
Yeah.
It's gotta just uh got on us there. What time does Arkansas play today? Did you mention that earlier?
Uh, no, I didn't. Uh, hang on just a second, Brandon. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. We got jobs. That was one of them. So my bad. Uh, anyways, Florida. Let's talk about Florida. Who Florida play? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Getting it pulled up.
Okay. I know Florida won, but I'm completely blanking on who they played against. But um, yeah, let me
Hmm.
see. They were the number 5 seed. They played Alabama. That's who they
Alabama.
played.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
got it pulled up too.
yeah. That I had to pull it up. Yeah, they played Alabama, and you know what the funny thing is I watched the game. I remember watching it now, but I could not. Alabama wore their white unis. I can tell you that. That's how. I mean, and I could not think about who they daggone played. But anyways, yeah, Florida ended up rolling Alabama. Um, but yeah, and I think didn't Florida beat them in eight? Yeah, Florida beat them in eight
Yeah, they
innings. But
did.
yeah, they run ruled them. See, now that it's coming back to me now. But anyway, so Warren is go back to this game. It's 7-4 with the Lady Jacks. With Monticello on top, Lady Jacks have 2 outs. They got runners at first and second right now. So, I mean, time runs at the plate.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
and sometimes just like that, a lot of things can happen quick. They can you can turn a game around real quick. Me and Sam both been and our coaching been involved in things like that where the game kind of flips upside down.
yeah, 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 it has. But I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about when I lost you, Brandon. Was Aaron Rodgers? Mike McCarthy got hired on as the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach after Mike Tomlin has resigned as their head coach at the Steelers. They hired Mike McCarthy. He won a Super Bowl at Green Bay. I believe that was in 2011, 2012, I believe. And Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback for the Packers at that time. And then McCarthy went to coach for the Cowboys after Green Bay had fired him. He went and coached for the Cowboys for Jerry. How many was that? Like 4 or 5 years down there. Um, and
Yeah, probably.
then Jerry Jones had let him go, and now that the Steelers have hired him, and now that he's at Pittsburgh, and Aaron Rodgers he wants another go at it, man.
Yeah, it's like some of these guys that they think they want to retire, and then all of a sudden they're like, "No, I want some more." Or can't I don't know, can't stand to watch or be. I don't know, not be at home, but uh, they just miss the field. And they want to get back on. I think everybody that plays wants to eventually get back on it, especially if you're Aaron Rodgers or someone like that that has the willpower and the or just still has it.
Hey,
But
Monticello just won their first state softball championship, by the way.
wow, that's awesome! Congratulations.
Congratulations to the Lady Billies in Monticello. Uh, that I know several people that talking about Monticello and Star City's connection between Monticello, several administration people from Star City is at Monticello now. You got Blair Brown, Miss Sandy Lanehart. He was my football coach, Coach Jacob Lanehart. They all came from Star City and now they're at Monticello. So, anyways, congratulations to them. Um, couldn't be more excited for you guys. Hopefully, y'all enjoy this and uh, see what happens next year for the Lady Billies.
Yeah,
But
usually, clubs like that can keep it going, and uh, it keeps the playing softball for Monticello interesting. Keeps the girls wanting to play. They just gotta keep grinding and keep going. Sometimes there's down years, and you just got to get right back up and get after it.
yeah, yep. Um, Yeah, they're going. I mean, I know last year. I think they won the conference last year in softball. I mean, they had a good run last year, and so and this year I think they kind of went into the season with a chip on their shoulder to win that state championship for the community of Monticello and uh, the school from their school and all that. I mean, their coach has done a great job down there getting those girls ready to play on this big stage of the state tournament with all eyes watching them in the state. I think they said that whole stadium at Majestic Park was sold out uh, for this game. I mean, not only it's a big rivalry between Monticello and Warren, because I think I think their football game is a trophy game.
Yeah,
I believe it's the Union Bank Saline River.
something like
Uh,
that. Selene River, I believe. Yeah,
yeah, I mean that's a big. So I mean, being down here, people in every community, and you want to just being the competitive side, you want to beat them. And I'm sure those girls they played softball together. They did all those things together. So seeing those girls, trying to compete against each other, man, I think they both schools tremendous job to get there for the first time for both schools. Uh, so
for sure.
congratulations. And another thing, I think I was wrong. I was listening to the TV announcer. I said that they played. This was their third meeting. The announcer said it was their fourth meeting. So I don't know if they met in the regionals or in the. They don't have district anymore. Uh, so
Hmm.
this is their fourth meeting this year. Um, so yeah. But anyways, I just wanted to correct myself. I don't know who's wrong. If I was wrong or the announcer was wrong on TV. But anyways, but yeah, congratulations to Monticello Billies on winning their first state championship. Um, but yeah, so let's go back to the Steelers again. We're gonna try this for the third time. Uh, yeah, so Aaron Rodgers, you were talking about him, just that desire to still play the game, and as you were talking, the guy that came to my mind was Philip. Philip, they called him Philip Old Man Rivers. Uh, he was retired for I think 4 years and 4 or 5 years, and he come back last year when the Colts starting quarterback Daniel Jones got hurt. Their backup quarterback Riley Leonard got hurt, and so they made a phone call to Philip Rivers, who was in.
Yep.
I think he lives in San Diego, California. He came in at the right young age of 40, 41, no, 44 to
Hmm.
take the reins of the Indianapolis Colts offense, and uh, they had a little rough go at it, but he threw some. He can still sling it, man. At 44 years old, he'll be 45 now. But
Yeah.
as you were talking about Aaron Rodgers, that Philip Rivers came to my mind.
Yeah. Well, didn't they just call Philip and said, "Hey, we need a quarterback. You want to come play?" or something like that? I can't remember exactly, but
He was coaching his kids' team.
that's
He
right.
was a high
Yes.
school coach, and he was coaching his high school kids' team.
Yeah.
And he said, "I'll try it, see what happens."
Yeah. Hey, hold on. Let me go play one more year of NFL.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, it's just that's a crazy story how that all played out
yeah.
this year. But yeah, man, and I think the next in state championships, you got Pulaski Academy is playing today. They're taking on Brooklyn. Uh, I know those two games are today as well. And DeWitt, the Lady Dragons, they lost yesterday to the Harding Academy. I don't even know their mascot is, but they lost to them. Uh, that game wasn't really.
Y-
I don't. I looked at the score. I don't think it was really that close of a ball game.
No, it was similar as some of the other games, like the Woodlawn game. It just the teams that have won this tournament. Not saying that they're just that much better, but they were slapping the ball and they were scoring a lot of runs. Not just back and forth games. Definitely kind of was. I know a lot of the girls that they were hitting the ball good and just couldn't see it through. I think I watched one time where there were two innings. DeWitt just hit it straight to, I think it was a shortstop, because I kind of chuckled when the announcer mentioned something. They don't want to hit it to shortstop. She's a vacuum. So I think they for 6 outs. I'm pretty sure at least four of those in 2 innings were hit to the shortstop, and it just they were hitting. They just hitting it right to the defender there.
Yeah, and it happens like that. It's baseball, softball. I mean, sometimes you can crush a baseball and it just doesn't fall. I mean, and we've been around baseball enough, and that's how it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
And like you talking about us coaching, it's unfortunate to make a 9-year-old understand that, but
Yeah,
yeah, but it's just and that goes all the way up to 18-year-old kids. It's tough for them. Man, I really barreled that up, but it went right to them for them to understand.
right.
Hey, that's how it goes.
Yeah, it is how it goes.
Um, uh, but yeah, they. So I think I'm not sure which game is next. As far as on PBS. I think I'm. You got me,
Yeah, I got you. A little static.
Brandon. Okay. Um. Anyways, I'm not sure what game is coming up on next on the state championship, but I know Pulaski Academy plays today, and I think there's some bigger schools that are playing today. I think the 6A and the 5A are both playing today, um, and possibly tomorrow. So I think they finished all the smaller schools and yesterday and today. Um, but good luck to those kids that are getting ready to play in that state championship game. It's a big deal. It's a big deal for them.
Yeah, for sure. It's a pretty cool opportunity. Honestly, they are able to experience what a championship game is like, and um, man, just huge opportunity. I know every kid that plays sports, they want to make it to that championship game, especially in the high school level. Whether they continue their season in collegiate or hey, this is my last game. So definitely an experience, I'm sure, to make it to the championship game there.
Yeah. So, um, but anyways, yeah. So,
It's kind of short and sweet today. We had to still have a
yeah.
little technical difficulties. We
We're
got to
gonna
get
get
it
the
all
kinks
worked
worked.
out.
Yeah, we're gonna get the kinks worked out, everybody. But the main thing is that we asked you guys to do as the public is to go like and share our our stuff. I think I got paused again. Uh, Brandon, can you hear me? You got me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I don't know. Like I said, we're working all the kinks out of it. This is show number 3. We're gonna hit the ground running here before too long. We're gonna get these kinks worked out. But main thing is go like and share our stuff. You know, make it so that the kids that we can continue to push these kids out and do all those things because that's our main goal. Like we talked about before, we feel like we kind of alone down here to kind of not defend ourselves, but just we got some athletes down here. We want to put them on the stage. So, and that's what we're trying to do. So we're going to ask you guys to go like and share our stuff. We got a YouTube page. We got a TikTok page. We're trying to get on all these platforms. So guys, just go like and share our stuff. Subscribe to it. Uh, do all those things. You know, I'm And you can find us at the Press Box Arkansas is our YouTube page. Please go like, subscribe to that. Our Facebook, we're constantly sharing stuff on Facebook, trying to get the word out. We had today, we had um, two teams from Southeast Arkansas competing for a state championship, and we had two yesterday competing for a state championship. We're trying to showcase that, and not trying to help these kids get a scholarship or anything, but just trying to showcase that we have athletes, and we want to show them. So
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Yeah, we want to try to just get the word out around about these kids down here in Southeast Arkansas, and as Sam just said, there's South Arkansas has a showing with all these teams: Woodlawn, DeWitt, Monticello, Warren, making it to championship. Some of them almost made it to the championship or deep in the playoffs in every sport. So we just want to showcase the schools and those kids, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, so we're asking you as to go out there and do that for us, and talking about that. I mean, every year, Stuttgart had a great run in the playoffs. Warren always has a great run. Hamburg had a great run. And then you had two in the softball. Then basketball had a great run. Star City had a great basketball showing, and I mean, they made it to the second round of the state championship or state tournament in basketball. I mean, the athletes here, we're trying to put them out there for them. So please go like and share our stuff. Share it. Can't stress that enough. But anyways, you got anything else, Brandon?
That's it, man.
All right. Well, with that, we're gonna wrap it up for this Friday Memorial Day. I want everybody to have a safe, happy holiday, 3-day weekend. Stay safe out there. Drink plenty of water. It's gonna get hot and humid. So, anyways, we're the Press Box. I'm Sam Eklund, along with
Brandon.
Brandon Berry. So.